Hey everybody, this is Guillermo with Live Trading with Guillermo. Happy Sunday. Today's January 8th, 2023. So I wanted to put together just a video to cover some topics with you all. I've received some questions, so I thought it would be good to share with the broader audience some of my answers to some of those questions, and I hope you find those helpful. So let me jump in here. I put a quick little PowerPoint that I can walk through and kind of talk about for you all today. So people have asked me, like, when do I trade? If you've been following me, you know that I trade the open. Sometimes I do it 1 to 2 minutes after the open if I'm using the Ripper one. But I think ideally you should probably wait like 10-15 minutes. Just wait for the craziness that happens at the open, and then you'll be good to go there. If you're trading with the Ripper X, you definitely want to wait, because the open has such wild swings that you're gonna either get stopped out, take a loss, or if you're lucky you'll be profitable, but it doesn't usually work out. And it's hard, even if you manually trade the open, it's really pretty challenging. So I don't recommend it. And of course, do not trade the news. Even though Apex Trader funding allows you to trade the news, they won't penalize you for it. Other prop firms don't let you do it. So you have to kind of be aware when news events are happening, like consumer price index announcements, the Fed announcements. They have pretty regular schedules, so you want to know what those are, so you don't get yourself caught in the middle of a trade and news happen and it just blows you up. So don't do it. Just be aware. Keep an eye on those important events, because you don't want to get caught in the middle of that. And I apologize for the light right above my head here. Let's see if I can maybe minimize some of that a little bit. There we go. It's just overhead. There we go. That's a little bit better. So don't trade the news. It can be pretty risky. I don't do it, and I don't recommend that you do. And also in your back office at TrueTrade, when you purchase your automation, you'll get some suggested times to trade. Those are great suggestions, because they talk about the open. There's a time when there's typically a mid-morning reversal after lunch, when the traders get back Eastern time, back from lunch. There's usually activity. And then there's a last hour before market close. Sometimes you can get some good action after that. Sundays are always good. Or not always, but Sunday evening can be good, like right at the open on Sunday. But during the week, definitely follow one of the recommended trading times, just so you can have put yourself in the best situation to be successful. Find a time that works for you. So if you like 15 minutes after the open and that's what you feel comfortable doing, then just do that. If you like to trade the market close, then do that. As you're trading your software and you're getting familiar with it, don't change all the variables. Don't try to do too much at once. Don't try to trade open, put a different stop loss, and then do the close and the whole different stop loss and different profit targets, because you never know what's going to work for you. It's better to try one thing and then tweak after that. And that's what you see me do. Like, I pretty much use the same bar size, same stop loss. I tweaked around with my trailing stop a little bit with the Ripper one. I've changed my profit targets a little bit, but my trading time is pretty much the same. Unless something happened at home and I'm running late and I want to jump in. But other than that, I try to be pretty consistent, and I stick with that, because then if I do tweak a variable, it's one thing, not multiple variables, because then you don't know what's working. There's too many variables, and you don't want to confuse yourself and just keep trying different things, and then you'll never know what actually worked well for you. So I think it was Friday. Yeah, it was Friday morning, right at the open. I jumped in with the Ripper one, and but first, don't forget that you probably already figured out that Apex Trader funding changed their Rithmic setup. I made a quick video about it before. If you haven't done that already, please go ahead and do that. You'll have to change your setup for Rithmic, you'll have to download the latest version of NinjaTrader 8. So you can definitely do that, and make sure you follow the video to the T. Make sure everything's set up appropriately so you have a good Rithmic connection. But even with that, Rithmic issues can still happen. Okay, this is independent of whatever software you're running, whether it's TrueTrade or something else. It doesn't matter, because Rithmic is its own software, it's its own service provider, and they have issues. And Friday was a perfect example of that. So I'm gonna actually, I didn't post a video on Friday because it wouldn't have been accurate for me to do that. It wouldn't have been a good representation of my trading. But even though I was up, I didn't post it because I think it would be disingenuous to think that that's a normal trading day, which is not. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video for a second, and then I'm gonna share with you my trading session for Friday, and you can see the Rithmic issues and what transpired, and then I'll come back and then we can talk about it some more. Be right back. Okay, guys, so you saw the entire trading session right after the open. It was about 5 minutes or so. And as you saw, the automation took the trades in the right direction. But, like, man, it was nuts. So it took the trade the right direction, but my execution, the way Rithmic executed the trade, was way up, like many points above my entry. So the slippage was horrible. So there's no way, even though I had a winning trade at the beginning, it said I had lost like minus $60, and then it left because I was trading 5 contracts on the Ripper one, and then it left some contracts open that I had to close out manually, and then the final trade that you saw, the Ripper one nailed it, and that thing ran. Like the execution was so horrible by Rithmic, but the Ripper one nailed it, and it went all the way to the top and got into it beyond the entry for like a positive $40, which is ridiculous, because that trade with 5 contracts would have easily been probably a couple $1,000 easy. So the morning should have looked like 2,500, maybe somewhere in there, and instead it was like negative. So it was just ridiculous Friday. So that's the kind of stuff you got to look for, unfortunately, with Rithmic. So my recommendation to you is, after that first trade, and if you're lucky to get away with a small negative, close out all your positions, and then shut off your automation, and then just wait till things kind of get settled and things are working properly. Maybe take a quick test trade, make sure everything's working, and then go for it again. So that was my Friday morning. So I didn't post the video because it wasn't the Ripper one's fault at all. Had everything gone like any other normal day, I would have killed it on Friday. That would have been an awesome day. It took all the right trades. They would have been profitable, and that last one would have been awesome. We would have followed that thing all the way to the top and made some good money. So anyway, you got to see it in action, but just something to watch out for. That's why I ran into on Friday, and when stuff like that happens, you just got to stop, and that's exactly what I did. I came back in and traded that day, but I didn't record a video. I just did my own trading and then called it a day on Friday, and I figured tomorrow, Monday, is another day. Hopefully things have been worked out with Rithmic, and then we can jump in first thing on Monday, which I plan to do. I plan to jump in with the Ripper one 5 contracts. I did pay to upgrade my software so I can trade more contracts. So I'm going to do 5 on Monday. Yeah, pretty excited. That would have been an awesome day on Friday, man. I missed out so bad. I was so mad. But that's just the way it is. All these prop firms use Rithmic. And some people tell me that it's Rithmic, but it's the service that the prop firms use, because other companies use Rithmic, but they use live data, which is, I guess, different for different brokers, I guess. And sometimes Rithmic works way better that way. So it's not Rithmic the company, but I think it's the connection that we get as a prop firm trader, and we just get the short end of the stick, I guess. All right. So let me go back to my presentation real quick. So as you probably heard, and if you noticed in that trading session, I have some new background music. So I'm pretty psyched about that. I hired a music artist on Fiverr. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that service. You can download the app from the App Store or Google Play Store, and you can hire people. So that's what I did. I just hired there's music artists for hire, and I said, hey, can you put together background music for me for my videos? Kind of gave me some ideas of what I wanted, and got some put together for me, like $20. Pretty awesome, huh? Pretty cool. So I'm excited. So now you're not going to see any more dead sound, or have dead air, I guess is what it's called, during some of my videos, because some of my videos can go, an hour, 2 hours, and sometimes even 3 hours. So even though I compress the time, I can't talk, because obviously that wasn't, everything's been sped up. So instead of me talking, sometimes I just like to, it'd be nice to have some background music playing, and I look forward to putting those on my videos. And And what do you guys think? Did you like it? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Let me know. Some of you guys have my email. My email's out there. You can find it. So if you can find it, shoot me a quick email. Let me know what you think of the background music. One other question that I get a lot, and people ask me, what trading computer should I use? What kind of computer should I get? It's not, there's nothing like set in stone. It's whatever you feel comfortable trading on. But if this is going to be your livelihood, you've invested money in software, you got your Apex accounts and all kinds of things, you want to have something pretty decent, right? So I actually ran it on my laptop, believe it or not. But I used, this one is a Intel Core i7, and I think it's a Lenovo. Yeah, it's a Lenovo laptop, bought at Costco. And then I have it connected to another monitor. So I have two. So I have my main laptop monitor, and then I have an extra monitor. So you can use one to trade, and I record on one, and then I'll have another one. I might have a different chart open. I might have another bot running on it and trading it. And, it just depends what I got going on, but I have two monitors. I would recommend that. And then, as I've mentioned before, I do have a virtual private server. That's the type of service I use. So my computer doesn't have to be the fastest in the world. It just needs to have a good internet connection, and I can connect to my VPS, and all the heavy lifting is done over there. So I rent a virtual private server. It has my software on there. It has my TrueTrade software. It has NinjaTrader 8. It has Rithmic on it, and that's it. I do not have email. I do not have YouTube. I do not have any other software that runs on that. It is strictly based for trading. That's what I use. So if you're using your personal computer to trade, that's great. But make sure you close out stuff that you don't need. Like close out your Microsoft Outlook, close out your internet browser. If you're running something in the background, just close it and just focus strictly on your trading. Because, if your system gets bogged down, it might freeze on you in the middle of a trade, and then you might be out of luck. So whatever system you're using, whether it's your own computer or a virtual private server, just make sure you're paying attention. Keep programs in the background to a minimum, and then do your trading, and then focus on that. And then lastly, I think that's pretty much it. Yes. One other question that I get quite a bit is, what trading bot should I use? You've seen me use the Ripper 1. I have the Ripper X, and for a while I had the Auto Ripper Pro, which I like. It's one of my favorite bots. But since I have the X Black, it has pretty much replaced the use of the Auto Ripper Pro for me, because it can do what the Auto Ripper Pro can do and then some. It just got so much more going on. So that's what I use. But the Auto Ripper Pro is still a good bot. It's still the one that got me funded many times. I did it with the Auto Ripper Pro. So it's still a nice bot. I don't know if it's still being sold or not. I have no clue. But I know the Ripper 1 and the Ripper X are still available on the TrueTrade website. So I'm going to do a separate video on what bot to use and why, when I use the different automation, because you don't have to have multiple bots. You can just have one, but it just depends on your trading style and how you like to trade and your profit goals and things like that. So I'm going to do a separate video just strictly talking about automation and how I use it and the reasoning behind it and my strategy, and then I'll just share that so you'll know kind of what's going on with me. Lastly, though, I want to say thank you to all of you for all your support. People that send me emails, I get questions, and I help people out when I can. I get email almost daily, believe it or not, and my email is not even public. It's out there somewhere, hint, but I don't tell you where it is, so you have to work hard to get it. But once you find it, though, people have been emailing me. So people do send me messages. I do get messages, people thanking me for the information that I share, and that's pretty cool. So I really appreciate that. And then I wanted to feature one of my subscribers who happens to have TrueTrade automation. and he lives in Santa Cruz, California. I haven't been there. I lived in California for a while, in Northern California, but I never got to go to Santa Cruz, and I wish I had, because I heard it's pretty cool over there. Obviously, ton of rain going on over there, and things are not so great right now, but normally it's pretty cool. They have surfing, and they have a boardwalk, and all kinds of cool stuff going on. So anyway, one of my subscribers, he uses his true trade automation. He trades in the morning, kind of like I do. He meets his profit target, and he hits it almost daily. He sent me an email about it, and he was pretty psyched about it. So he hits his profit target, and then he goes surfing the rest of the day. That's his life, So I was like, I don't know if he was bragging or not, but I'm so happy for him. But man, that's cool. That's so cool. That's the life right there. And I'm definitely jealous, because I do not have anywhere. I don't even surf, but sounds cool. And that's the kind of lifestyle that I would love. But I have kids and all that stuff. But I thought that was pretty cool. He sent me an email about it, and I thought it was fun that there's people having success and enjoying life, and that's really what it's all about. So I want to congratulate him for his success. So with that, folks, that's going to be it for this video. I'll look to do the Ripper one tomorrow morning, right at the open. Lately, I've been only waiting a minute or two, and then I fired it up. So I may just do that. So we'll just see. Sometimes I go with my gut, and I go right in, but it really is recommended that you should wait 10 15 minutes after the open, and then let it go. But I like those big moves like you saw in that video, and you can catch those right after the open. Unfortunately, Rithmic screwed us over on Friday, but otherwise that would have been an amazing trading day. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great night.